Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 late games, post game show, and Sunday Night Football update show, is what we'll call it. Uh, let's get into the late games first. The Green Bay Packers get the job done. They're in. That's what this was all about for some teams that were in a must win situation. In Green Bay, they got the job done. They beat the Chicago Bears 17-9. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I got to give the game balls to and I have to give the game balls to the Packers. Justin Fields, Kahale Herbert, and uh, DJ Moore. I got to give them to them. And Jordan Love threw 316 yards and connected with uh, Dontavion Wicks on a pair of touchdowns to send the Green Bay Packers to the playoffs with a 17-19 win over the Chicago Bears today. And so the Green Bay Packers do not know who they'll play, but they will play in the wild card games next week. So I just, whoa, whoa, whoa! Green Bay is 9-8, and Chicago ends their season with a record of 7-10. So their offseason awaits the Bears, but I think they'll be back again next year, and I think hopefully try to make the playoffs next year. The Dallas Cowboys walloped the Washington Commanders 38-10 to win the NFC East. And boy, it was just Dallas from the get-go, and they never let up in this one. So I give the game balls to the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard, and CeeDee Lamb. So and a long off season will await the Washington Commanders. The Las Vegas Raiders beat the Denver Broncos 27-14, and and boy, it was close at first, but the Raiders prevailed in this one, and it was a Aiden O'Connell pass for 244 yards and two touchdowns. Zamir White rushed for 112 yards, and a relentless Las Vegas pass helped the Raiders continue their dominance over the Denver Broncos with a 27-14 victory over the Broncos. And so, and I think the Raiders are in the playoffs. Oh, no, they're not in the playoffs. They're 8-9. So, but at least they finished on a high note. And the Broncos ended their season at 8-9. And Russell Wilson could be giving his walking papers because he did not have a good season with the Broncos. Uh, the uh, the Philadelphia Eagles got walloped by the New York Giants, 27-10 today at MetLife Stadium in New York City, in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Excuse me. And boy, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, a host of injured, ineffective Eagles, uh, uh, can only hope they bottomed out Sunday night. 1-5 finish heading into the postseason that could spark an off-season upheaval in a 27-10 loss to the Giants. So the Eagles fall to 11-6. The Giants finish up at 6-11. So hopefully Philly can do some damage in the playoffs. But I have to give the game balls to the Giants, and it's Tyrod Taylor, Saquon Barkley, and Darius Slayton. Excuse me. The Seattle Seahawks beat the Cardinals by one, 21-20. Today at State Farm Stadium in Arizona. And see, that means Seattle is in the playoffs. And Geno Smith threw two touchdown passes, and the Seattle Seahawks rallied for a 21-21 over the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. But the Seahawks still, they missed the playoffs after the Green Bay Packers beat Chicago. So the Seahawks fall just short of the playoffs. So this was not. This was, and I know Seattle was hoping to make the playoffs, but hopefully they will next year. So uh, the LA Rams beat the 49ers 21-20 today at Santa at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. So I'm having a little technical problem here, and this game was close, and San Francisco led, but the Rams just kept battling back, and the Rams managed to rally and get the win. So I'm trying to get my here we go, and I gotta say, yeah, the Rams kept battling back, and so San Francisco finishes the season at 12-5. Rams 10-7. Carson Wentz threw two touchdown passes and ran for a score to lead the Los Angeles Rams to a 21-20 victory over the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday in a game filled with backups. Wentz scored on a 12-yard run with 4:56 to play, and then converted to a two-point conversion pass to Tutu Atwell to give the Rams the lead, and they go to 10-7 on the season, a 21-20 lead, and that was the final score. Los Angeles held on from there and clinched the sixth seed in the NFC and a trip to Detroit for the wild card round next weekend. So, I have to give the game balls to the Rams. Carson Wentz. Oh, get in there. Carson Wentz and Sam Darnold, I think. Oh, not Sam Darnold. And Carson Wentz and PJ Puka Nakua. And the Kansas City Chiefs came back and beat the LA Chargers by one, who had been leading the time. And the Chiefs kicked a field goal in the final seconds to get the win. And then the Chargers fall to 5-12. They end up 5-12. Chiefs 11-5, but the Chargers aren't going to the playoffs, but KC is. And Mike Edwards returned a fumble, 97 yards for a touchdown. Harrison Butker made a 41-yard field goal with 49 seconds remaining in the AFC West champion Kansas City Chiefs beat the Los Angeles Chargers 13-12 on Sunday, while resting most of their starters, as did the Browns. So, with the Chiefs locked into the AFC's number three seed for the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce were inactive. Finished with 984 receiving yards, ending All-Pro tight ends bids for an eighth straight 1,000-yard season. Kansas City will host either Miami or Pittsburgh in next weekend's wild card round. So, boy, and in the early games today, you already know from yesterday's games. I'll give you those one more time. Steelers beat the Ravens 17-10 at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. So the Steelers are in the playoffs. And the Houston Texans beat the Colts 23-19 at NRG Stadium. And so, Houston will be hosting the Browns next week. Hopefully the Browns can win that wild card spot because Flacco will be back. The Tennessee Titans beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 28-20. So that means Houston will be playing the Browns in the wild card game next weekend. And so and the Jaguars, I think, will have a wild card game. But and Trevor Lawrence called his own number on fourth down, on fourth and goal uh, at the one stretching the ball out with the right arm, and had him questionable for a game the Jacksonville Jaguars had to win to reach the playoffs for a second straight season. Tennessee stopped him short with 7:13 left. With one final chance, Lawrence couldn't do it. Couldn't pick up a first down before turning the ball over on downs again with a minute 47 left. There's the Tennessee Titans. He eliminated the Jaguars 28-20 Sunday in the regular season finale. So the Jaguars fall just short of the playoffs. They get eliminated. So and the Tampa Bay the New York Jets beat the New England Patriots 17-3 in Bill Belichick's last game at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. There still is speculation he could become the next Chargers head coach, so we'll wait and see. But there are going to be a lot of changes with this Patriots team during the off season. So we will just have to wait and to see what these changes are going to defer to, what they're going to be. So we will have to just defer to what these changes are going to become, which they're already in the postseason. Uh, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers shut out the Carolina Panthers 9-0 today at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. Tampa Bay is in the playoffs, and the Panthers' worst season finally comes to an end. And this was the Panthers' worst season by far. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers are headed to the playoffs for the fourth straight season, and they have their defense to thank. Chase McLaughlin kicked three field goals. Defense pitched a shutout as the Buccaneers defeated the Carolina Panthers 9-0 on Sunday to win their third consecutive NFC South title. But as for the Panthers, they got a lot of work to do during the offseason. And and the locker room is going to change. Interim coach Chris Tabor said of the upcoming off season. So it's not going to be easy for them. They're going to have but they repeatedly kept making mistakes. So, but the Bucks are in, so they will have a wild card game next week, and the and the Browns, this game was meaningless for them. They lost 31-14 to the Bengals at Paycor Stadium, and Jeff Driscoll started in place of the quarterback Joe Flacco. They were resting their starters to get them good to go for the playoffs. This loss was meaningless. So and those were I missed one. I'm sorry. It's a couple of them actually. The Detroit Lions beat the Minnesota Vikings at Fort Phil in Detroit, 30-20. And they're already in the playoffs. As for Minnesota, their offseason awaits them. And the New Orleans Saints walloped the Atlanta Falcons 48-17 at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New York. And for the Falcons, their offseason begins. But for the Saints, they're in. They're in the playoffs. So, and now to update you on the Sunday night game. Buffalo and Miami are playing in Miami. They're tied at 7 in the second quarter with 4:31 to go. And Buffalo's about to kick off. And it was a Josh Allen pass short to Sherfield for a 6-yard touchdown. And the extra point was good, and that's what tied the game. So, so Miami is on the board with a touchdown as well. So it's 4:31 to go in the second quarter until halftime. Miami and Buffalo at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. If Buffalo wins, they win the AFC Eastern Division, and if Miami wins, it's a win for them. But they're already in the playoffs, so this game it's really doesn't mean much to Miami, but it is one that is a great means a great deal to Buffalo. So we shall see what happens if Buffalo can prevail, but we'll see. So, well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 NFL Week 18 late games post game show and Sunday Night Football update show. And I'll be back with the Sunday Night Football post game show once the game between the Bills and Dolphins has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.